In a survey of 1,128 first time online course builders, we discovered a lot of things from them telling us what they wish they had known when they started. What would they tell themselves if they could go back and give themselves advice before they started? And so we're going to share five of these. A lot of them are related to how you can get your course to sell better. And one of the things we heard very clearly from a few of them is please don't skip the front important steps that make the success possible. One of them came up point blank and said, hey, developing the course was easy. What's really hell is marketing and selling it. So let me go over five of these to get you, understanding some of these roadblocks. So the first one is lock in your audience and your messaging. A lot of people come up and say, I'm going to teach what I know. But what you really ought to be doing is teach what someone wants and will pay for. You may have a lot of knowledge in your space, and you wouldn't be an expert in your space if you didn't have all that knowledge. But not everyone finds it valuable. A lot of people will pay for one specific thing, and you have to identify what that is. You want to find out who exactly needs this one thing. What are they chasing? What outcome are they looking for? And how are they currently doing it that isn't working? Because if you can talk and your message supports what they can relate to, you're going to start getting some eyeballs in your direction. And this is something, I run into a lot of people that are building their first course, and they think that just by providing a ton of content, build it and they will come. It works in baseball movies. It does not work when you're building an online course. So make sure you really understand your audience and your messaging that's going to attract them. Number two is build the marketing engine first, then the class. I can't tell you how many people I've seen will build this huge monolithic course. They spend a lot of time, effort, and money, and ends up the thing isn't selling. It won't sell. And it's because they didn't really understand who the first thing, the audience and the messaging. And so one big piece of advice is go out there with a sales page, with a video sales letter, maybe even go and try to sell what you have to offer to a lot of people and get their feedback. Understand what is it they want, what is it they don't want. If you're seeing a lot of yawning and people going, well, that's interesting, but I don't know that I want it, that's a good message. And I'm telling you, it's much better to find out that your course won't sell before you build it than it is to find out after you've spent all that effort to get it up and running. So consider doing a pre-enrollment, a wait list, something that describes what it is that you want to offer after you've done some experimentation, and confirm that the thing sells. Don't just go with my gut, I think it's going to sell. No, prove that people will at least get onto a wait list. Prove to yourself that people will pay some sort of beta or entry level price to get started with you. And what's the worst that could happen? You get a ton of people wanting to buy something, and now you have every reason in the world to want to spend the time, effort, and money to get it built. That's definitely the right formula. Doing it backwards and spending all that work to build a course that doesn't sell is absolutely no fun. Number three, structure your course so that it's something people complete. You want people to get to the end of it and get the results they were looking to get. If people go buy your course and then start using it and learning it, and then after a while they either get bored, they're disinterested, they don't get, like, why did I even buy this thing? You've got a problem, because you may have made a couple bucks at the beginning, but what you won't have is a really satisfied customer that's very happy to refer people to you, write a testimonial, and vouch for how good your program is. So, getting back to I teach what I know, what you really want is I use my knowledge to teach people how to get an outcome they desire. And if you can do that, you're going to have a bunch of happy customers. And one thing too is it could be that what they need is something that's either super easy or it's only a minor subset of everything that you were thinking of teaching. And so you may be able to command a good price for something that you considered, almost worthless at the beginning because you didn't really appreciate how valuable it could be to someone that needed that. Number 4, and this one, as a technology guy, this makes sense, is choose technology with care and plan for how that's going to work for you. I'm not going to go into the technology. There's just so many platforms. We've worked with many of them, and we're happy to advise you to make sure that you're getting what you need based on what it is that you're trying to accomplish. Some people want something that's, very multifunction, very flexible, something that'll service them now and then service them well into the future. And they understand that that's going to cost them more and it's going to require support of a team like ours to keep it running. Other people, they want something very simple, and we can advise them on here's a simple solution that maybe doesn't support you well into the future, but it definitely gets you in a good start, and maybe that's all you ever need. So picking the right technology platform based on your requirements is key. And number 5 is think beyond your launch. Think about recurring revenue, memberships, and what's the ecosystem that you're going to live in, because selling something, have people go through it, even if they're thrilled, is not a bad idea, but it's now you got to go and find someone else to sell it to, and someone else and someone else and someone else. If you can get people paying you a small amount, even if it's not that small or that it isn't that big, if you can get them paying you month after month after month, you're not always chasing new customers. And you can do that a lot of different ways. Maybe you add like a community aspect so that in addition to the content, you have a way for people to interact with other people in their shoes. If you think of, like, let's say I'm teaching people how to get a better serve in tennis. A lot of people who are trying to learn how to improve their serves in tennis would be very happy to interact with other people. It's like, hey, what did you do? Or how did what did you think of course number 2 or lesson number 5? And just interact, because learning in a vacuum is, not that much fun, but having a community is, and there's definitely great ways to do that. So think of your business longer term, how it is that you can make this a revenue generator longer term, so that you're not just, a flash in the pan. So, this matters because things can go wrong. You might have low enrollment, you might have a high dropout rate, you might have tech horror stories, you might have burnout just because you're working super hard to get this to work and it seems like it's never ending. And it could be that you fall victim to one-time sales that are just very hard to build upon as a business. So the research, here's a line that they came up in this report. It's online course creators need help launching and filling the course, and yet more than half, 55%, have fewer than 50 students. I mean, 50 students doesn't get you very far if what you're trying to do is support a business. So, this is very important. Now, if you need some help with this, feel free to sign up for a call with me. There's links, down below and on my website for that. We also offer our Profitable Online Course Building Starter Guide, and it addresses specifically number 1 and 2. It also talks about technology to some extent. But the whole point being is here's how you go to market, understand by talking and surveying and interacting with people who are potential customers, and learn from them what it is they would buy, what formats they would like the course, and how much even would they pay for it. So it's a really great resource. It's a free resource. You just gotta enter your email address and we'll mail it right out to you. But it's it's a good read to get you oriented on how to address these issues, because what we want is for you to have an online course that services your business, that's selling profitably, and is a great addition to your business, not something that crickets, and never goes anywhere. So happy to share this with you. Let me know what you think.